Hey, peace to the dribblers. What's going on, y'all? Good evening. Hope everybody's having a prosperous October. Shout out to Libras. hmm That would be me. October 16th. Any Libras in the chat? Sagittarius. That's December. J Alpha, what up? Y'all share this live. Going to invite all the chatters on in. Damon Frazier, I got two moderators. Where's all you guys as contemporaries? Okay, here they come, 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 here they come. Rodney Sanford said, y'all not watching the game? We in the game. We in the game. October 16th, he said we need a short piece on Lawrence Phillips. I probably can do that. That's fairly easy. All the information and the pictures is online. Slick Ray, October 31st. You a Halloween baby. Peace to you all. Good evening. Anyway, let's talk about this BMF shit, man. Let's talk about the series, man. You know I get to things on my own time. He said, "Yo, that St. Lazarus fire. Glad you enjoyed it." He said, "I'm day two. Wolfish supremacy." You kind of right. That BMF series is like that, man. It's like that, man. It's the first TV show or whatever about 50 Cent that I ever watched. I never watched Power. I never watched it. I never could keep up with it. When I heard niggas talking about Ghost and James St. Patrick and all these different people, I don't even know. If you gave me a multiple choice test, I couldn't even pick those people out. But man, she said, I can't wait till they get to the Atlanta part. That shit is very, 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 very authentic and real. What I mean by that is they captured the fuck out of the 1980s. They did. They did, man. Whoever did wardrobe and shit like that, they captured it. And the girls, the same feeling that I got seeing a fly girl growing up, they captured the fuck out of the fly girl image on that BMF shit. They did the haircuts, them y'all know the bob with the, with the bang and the bamboo earrings and shit like that. Like they did that to death. They did that to death. You would have to be a certain age to know that they did that shit to death, yo. For real. He said, real as hell, Gully. Hell yeah. Very authentic. Very authentic, man. They captured the fuck out of the 1980s, for real. The sheepskin jackets, the Detroit tradition of rocking furs and shit like that, suits. They captured the fuck out of it. He said, I'm an 80s baby. This is my childhood. The dude that plays Lamar, who is he? Who is he and where did he come from? I'm declaring him the new Omar Little. Straight up. He said the music, everything about it is just dope. The cars, Little Meech for him not to be a trained thespian. He's killing it. He's killing it, man. Like he got a future in acting. He's gonna be an actor after this. He's not gonna just be BMF, Big Meech's son. Whatever his name is, if his name is Demetrius Jr., that's what his name's gonna be and shit. Because he man, he killing that shit. He said very subtle and authentic. If you know. He said, shit, they were just a Flying the Canaan story too. Yeah, I heard they had the whips and shit like that. But who is the guy who plays Lamar? What's his name and where did he come from? He said, I think he's British. He said he went to acting school for 2 years. 50 put him through it. That was a hell of an investment. He said he's an English actor, so he wanted them. He wanted them Goonies from overseas. They said he trained for 18 months and it got him right. Yeah, he's very believable as an actor. Him and the guy that plays Southwest T, they very believable. It don't seem like this is a reenactment. It's dope. He said, I like how Little Meech is playing it like a vet. Homeboy is African. I'm declaring him the new Omar Little of TV villains. I'm declaring that dude the new Omar Little. That nigga gives me when that nigga come on the screen, man, he changes the climate in the room. It's almost like he got me looking for a gun when he come on the screen, like this grimy motherfucker right here. Like he said Eric Kofi Abarifa, whatever his name is, he killing it. He said he a real gangster. He got that down to a science, and we're gonna continue to see him play. I believe we're gonna continue to see him play villain roles. He said, I seen him in a few joints. I never seen him before. I watched all of the episodes that they got out. It's like they ain't putting them out fast enough. I watched all the episodes. That shit is just too real, man. It's too real. Very, very authentic. I seen the scene where Big Meech Meech and Terry's connect, the older guy. I forget his name. I believe he's probably Sosa or Ed or one of them guys from the 50-50 boys or some shit like that. There's a scene on there where Meech take him a bag full of money and he seen the crack pipe. I remember that. I remember that era. I remember that era when older dudes were smoking cocaine, whether they were smoking it in lace blunts, or they just was smoking it with their friends. Like they wouldn't do it. Older guys, they wouldn't do it around us or nothing like that. Like you might catch somebody slipping at a crap game and they just smoke the lace. Everybody smell that shit, but they do that amongst who's into that, guys their age. So you seen a scene when Meech came to pay him some money and he had the crack pipe on the table and shit like that. Meech was looking at that like, I remember when them older balling niggas was smoking a pipe. I do. I do. And that actually led to what y'all knew as crackheads, like the guys that you ended up seeing in your neighborhood as crackheads. Them was yesterday's hustlers, Goonies, basketball players, thoroughbreds. Like it didn't spare anybody. It didn't. He said it's cool seeing the Harris brothers in the same series. He said plenty of get money dudes are smoking crack. Yeah. I said they captured every element of this shit. Marco Bambino, my girl, reading your book now. She can't touch the autograph copy. You know I'm on my NFT shit. That's what's up. He said that was a good idea with the food truck. A lot of that shit had to be very autobiographical type shit. Detroit, I'm explaining to y'all the food truck thing. Detroit is, well, it was the automotive capital of the United States, I believe. General Motors, all of that shit. Like when you pull into the D, if you ever been to Detroit, as soon as you get there, you start seeing all the factories and the big Michelin tire, just all type of shit. It captured that scene where you see people on them food trucks and shit buying all that food. Those are the workers from the plants. Those are the workers from the plants and shit, from the car plants, from the car General Motors and shit like that. That's what they were depicting. And not just that, Detroit is in the Rust Belt. So Indianapolis, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Detroit, Chicago, parts of Ohio, and parts of Pennsylvania was considered the Rust Belt. It was they was big on the steel industry like that, but the factories was present. a lot of people who ended up buying their first homes in Detroit and shit like that. Those were people who worked at the automotive plants. He said, no notification. What the fuck? AJP, yeah, Steel City. He said that's Ed. Yeah, that scene when he caught him with the pipe and shit, that was very real, very authentic. He said the YBI and the Chambers brothers inspired him. I like how everything that was Detroit then, they pretty much captured it. If you notice, whenever they show Meech, if he got sneakers on, what kind of sneakers he got on? Whenever they show Meech, if he wearing sneakers, what kind of sneakers do he got on? See if y'all paying attention. Adidas. He said top tens. He wasn't always wearing top tens, but the top tens and the forums, them was hustler shoes in the 80s and shit. Detroit went really hard with the top 10. I believe Boston and Ray Benzino and them guys, they was on the forums and shit with the straps. But yeah, that was like another authentic element of the series. I enjoyed a lot. Nebraska Police Department, y'all get him out of here. Damon Frazier, get Nebraska Police Department out of here. Get him out of here now. He said them factory workers definitely get on. We had the General Motors in Delaware and it was popping in the 90s. Damon, get him out of here. Subscribe to the channel. He said it's the coats, the minks, and the furs. Detroit is the Midwest. It get cold there. The winters is brutal. You required to wear a fur coat to your ankles if you can afford one. Word. Alicia, what's going on? He said, you got to get some Boston content. I want you to go to Smoke Booger. Tell him, go ahead and take care of that business with the dribble and shit. We didn't discuss it a few times. He was recently signed to Maybach Music. That's who up there in Boston doing it to death. Smoke. He said, what's up, fam? Been following you from the Congo where Ali fought. Good work. Appreciate you. Oh, we got to talk about this for a minute. There's a video going around online of Tyson Fury saying the N-word. Right? Y'all seen that video? If you don't want white people or people from other races to say the N-word, don't put it in songs. Don't put it in songs. I thought that was dumb as hell that people pointed that out. He said, if you don't know, now you know, nigga. There's people who like Biggie Smalls and people who've been singing that shit since 1994. Biggie Smalls, Juicy and shit like that. That's a song about coming up. Everybody can relate. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Anybody can relate to that. You feel me? If you don't want to hear people, if you don't want these situations happening, stop saying nigga on songs. Period. Because people like that shit too. People of other races like that shit too. And if you think they don't say nigga when they amongst their own people, like he was at home, they sing in NWA. Nigga always into something. They singing that shit at home. They singing that around their friends, and they allowed to. And if you got something against it, stop saying nigga on the song. Period. He said, nah, I didn't see nothing wrong with Tyson Fury saying that. And I'm black, man. I mean, he's singing, so let it be. Yeah, they tried to make it into something else, man. It's already it's a black-white, visibly black-white comparison, polarity, whatever, because he's white or whatever nationality is. And homeboy is black. Deontay Wilder is black. So people trying to start, man, the nigga beat him. He beat him. It was a good fight. Wilder came and gave his all, I guess. But it's like this. They had a draw, which people say Fury won. Then Fury beat him. And, dude said something when it was in his gloves. This the third fight. You got the rumble. You got the rumble. You got the rumble. You rumbling for all your livelihood. So he stood in there. You got to kill me in here. And that's what dude proceeded to do. Damn near killed him. Mark Breland used to be in Deontay Wilder's corner. He was fired for certain reasons. Floyd Mayweather offered the training. He declined Floyd. Y'all. You feel me? So whatever happens to him when he go in there, he bought that. And I hope that he heals correctly, because as you see, Riddick Bowe didn't heal correctly from all that. From that wreck with Holyfield. Holyfield's still cool. Riddick Bowe didn't heal correctly. Everybody don't heal correctly. So I just hope that he heals correctly, because dude busted him the fuck up. He busted his eardrum. He broke shit up. He broke shit on him. For real. He said Mark Breland is owed an apology. Yeah, he owed an apology. He said, boxing, have you seen Aaron Superman Davis versus Breland? He said, yeah, Bo don't talk the same. Nah, he talked like Trevor Meldrick Taylor from Philadelphia. He said Wilder's legs was going by round 3. I heard he's ardently against doing cardiovascular exercises. I heard that his endurance ain't like that. If he go past the 4th round, it's up. Straight up. Fury 6'9" and can walk around every day with 280 pounds. Wilder 6'7" and added more muscle, which he is not used to. Plus, Fury is the better boxer. Wilder only has the one hitter quitter. He said Wilder will always look for an excuse. I didn't like the excuse made by our people, y'all. I had to go listen to what LL Cool J said a couple of times. I reposted it on my Instagram, but I had to listen to what he said. He didn't say nothing terribly wrong, but it's a fight, man. It's a fight, man. Like, it's a fight. When somebody come to compete, man, it's about placing. It's about winning the shit. You don't get no awards for participation, man. Especially in a sport like boxing. You don't get no pats on the back. You get nothing but knots on your face and shit like that. You feel me? So I didn't get what he was trying to. I mean, I believe he was trying to be diplomatic and say something positive about Deontay in front of the world, but it's boxing, y'all. For real. Sean Winston said, Ann Wilder called Mike Tyson an overrated champ. Wilder is a puncher. That said he can't box. Oh, bad sportsmanship. Yeah, he showed bad sportsmanship too. I ain't gonna go back off into that, but that's what it is. Anyway, the DMF series, y'all say that actor on there, the guy that's playing Lamar, he's African. Lamar is one of the standout stars on the show. For real, Lamar's character is as big as Meech. Straight up. That shit that happened on that girl porch, I would have been so done with that bitch. You can have this bitch. That was your nigga before me. He in the house. I'm out of here. It wouldn't even got to us having words, man. As soon as I would have seen him, I would have spent there you go. He said Lamar's on demon time. Yeah. He said that chick was out of line. That was her nigga already. That was her nigga. You know how it is when niggas come home from jail. They be stuck on the chick that left them. They'll have a whole nother bitch treating them right. Good looking too. It's something about wants, needs, and the human spirit that if somebody rejects you, we attracted to rejection for whatever reason. Sound weird, don't it? I know. He said, wow, to give it up 50 pounds. Boxing needs a super heavyweight division. They said all of our heavyweight champions, all of the black heavyweight champions, they're in the NFL blocking on the offensive line. I mean, they said all of our heavyweight champions is on the D line in the NFL. He said, classic hood scenario. He said, I ain't gonna lie. Lamar baby mama got a fatty. Yeah, the bitch thick as cold grits. You think he just gonna walk off and just leave that? He said, Blue Da Vinci mad at 50. They got somebody on the cast of BMF named Da Vinci. Have y'all, has anybody figured out who's Da Vinci on the BMF series? He said, that's Cash Doll. That's her name? Rashawn Murray said, Lamar a simp. That ain't even his kid. Niggas get attached to little kids, yo. That ain't no telling how long he was in the house with that little girl. He was her nigga during maybe her nursing stages and shit like that. He was attached to her. I'm daddy. He said, did you see Lamar knocking the big joint down? Lamar's a savage, man. He's the standout. He's one of the standout actors in this series. We're going to see a lot more from him. You know how what's my man name who passed away who played Black Panther? What was homeboy name? I can't remember. Apologize. And I should know his name offhand. But anyway, the same way that he had that breakout role, Chadwick Boseman, pardon me. The same way Chadwick had that breakout role in Black Panther, that African dude. This is that Lamar. This is his breakout role. He said, "You look like Lord Jamar." That's family. They've been saying that since day one. A alike, B alike, C alike. That's Jamar. I'm Jamil. He said, Da Vinci is the guy that plays Meech's brother. Okay. Blue character won't come until a few seasons later. Blue era came towards the end of BMF. Subscribe to the channel. He said, Tremaine Graham, a.k.a. Kiki, Darlington, South Carolina. He did a little telling, pimp. He did a little telling. I believe if they're going to tell the true story, they're going to have to expose those guys that did that, the guys that went left field. Jeezy had a song. He said, you already know, dog, 745 back-to-back, me and old dog. The guy, old dog, he went left. If they get to that, when they get to that part, you're going to see old dog went left. He said that chick playing Lamar head. Lamar on some sucker shit. Listen, the chick was dissing him from the door. I understand him being attached to the little girl, but Lamar is after that big ass. He might like her daughter. He might be fond of her daughter. Lamar chasing that big ass. Believe me. Yeah, that's what all of it's about. Happens every day. Happens every day. Happens every day. Many a niggas, a female. He said he gonna get knocked off early. If he get knocked off, it's gonna he gonna have to knock. They have to knock him off. But when he do, it's gonna take away from the show. Ron L. Fennel, I appreciate your very generous super chat. It's red. He said from the truck drivers. I've been publishing videos specifically for the truck drivers. Them green screen joints, I try to keep them around 50 minutes. If you're going across country, you could play about 4 of them joints back to back. Ron Browse, Minnesota, Grayson and Jason, the Grace of .x. There's more. The Dribble. He said you need your own strain of weed. I'm working on it. We've been had our own strain in the 80s. It's called 17th Street. Where you get that? What you smoking? It's that 17. Anyway, Jeezy got co-signed by BMF, but wasn't ever an integral part of BMF history. I disagree. I believe that when everyone was on good terms, and I was down there, if you got my book, I told you about I spoke about BMF, I spoke about the Jeezy and the Gucci war or whatever, that incident. I was down there for all of that. You're going to see. You're going to see that Jeezy was a big part. Jeezy was a big part of it. They was loving that shit. He was the biggest artist in Atlanta. Them niggas go to the street, to the strip club. Who you think them bitches was shaking their ass to? They was shaking their ass to Jeezy and shit. They were shaking their ass to Jeezy. All of that music about the pot work, stretching work, trap doors, stash boxes. Jeezy was rapping about all of that shit. Them niggas was loving that shit. He said, yeah, Jeezy was definitely mixed to handling them squares. He said they had the club way before Jeezy. I agree. But what's a better situation than being in a club and the biggest guy in there is down with you? You know, do you understand what I'm saying? The Jeezy could have been, let's say this. How about this? BMF was with Jeezy, around Jeezy, when he was the biggest artist in the United States. It was, Jeezy had a moment. The same way Hove had it, the same way 50 Cent had it, had the whole world. Jeezy had it for a period of time. Do we agree? Them niggas was loving that shit. He said Jeezy was the biggest to come out the South. Will Mullen said BMF made Jeezy's story believable, very believable. He said you need a new chair. I'm in a studio chair right here. Shit, I'm in a green screen booth. When I'm done filming with y'all, this piece by Francis G comes down. The green screen goes up. I'm in a booth right now. I'm sitting on a stool. He said, yeah, it's nice to hear somebody rap about your life. Jeezy was on top at one time. Exactly. the snowman t-shirts all over the United States. You know who bought a lot of them snowman t-shirts? You want to know who bought a lot of them snowman t-shirts? White kids in the suburbs. White kids in the suburbs. Suburbia. They was loving that shit. They was loving that shit. He rapping about cocaine the whole time. He said New York City Uptown was heavy on them. My man said they banned those shirts in schools. Like the video. It's 800 people here. Good evening. He said BMF was coming to Detroit with Jeezy before anybody knew who he was. Pimp C said Jeezy wasn't like that. Oh my goodness. That was one of the funniest moments in hip hop. That shit was funny as hell. He said, and if I say it, it's a fight come behind it. I said, this nigga crazy. That shit was funny as hell. That was some funny shit, yo. That was on mixtapes. He was talking about T.I. and Jeezy, I believe. He said, I'm tired of these niggas quoting fake prices. He said, I live in Texas. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, yo. Oh, hold on. Y'all gotta excuse me. My stomach hurt. I did abs today. Hey, yo. He said, y'all ain't selling no squares. Oh, man, that shit was funny as a motherfucker, yo. I'm gonna go listen to that shit. When I get up out of here, he said he was hating. He was stretching it. He said Atlanta wasn't part of the South. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. He said Atlanta wasn't part of the South. Oh, man. That shit was funny as a motherfucker. Everybody knew what he was talking about. He says, hey, yo. Hey, damn, man. Woo. He said, Pimp said he stood by that too. The third episode. Shout out to Pimp C. Got some hot joints. Just the new Hemlo shit. Shout out to my sponsors. Grillchy Party. Dude. Make sure you got that. The reviews on Amazon is tremendous. Tremendous. Pimp C never dissed Master P. Oh my goodness, we're not doing that, man. What did BMF do for black communities? Nothing that I know of. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get here to lie about that part. You asked me. I told you. He said, if I get on a plane, when I land in Atlanta, I have to change my watch. That means I'm not in the South anymore. Oh, man. Alicia B., I appreciate you. Tim Lavenport said they were the biggest tricks in history. They kind of went hard with the making it rain shit. They went pretty hard with that. I'm pretty sure them niggas regret that part. I'm pretty sure they regret that part. Um, when you get to going through your travels, especially, you know, them niggas have been in trouble and shit. I know them niggas like, man, I threw hundreds of thousands of dollars on the fucking floor and shit, man, at Magic City and shit like that. Behind the lens, my man. Shout out to the BX. Trapped in Podcast said they took care of their families. Black people always looking for a handout. What they do for black people, what you do for yourself. Trapped in Podcast. That's his stance. He said Lamar started a Netflix series called The One. He's definitely a UK mate. Okay. What is his real name? He said you could make a DC docuseries. I would donate for sure. You can donate for past endeavors if you feel like that, my nigga. He said he's not. He said the billboard was saying arrest me. Blue was on the billboard. I seen that billboard with my own eyes. Seen it with my own eyes when I was going down there. I wanted to see it because I heard about it. And it was up there. It's still one up. It's still one down there. I seen one down there like last year or some shit. It's still a BMF billboard. It don't got Meech in them up. It's like a new BMF billboard. He said, why they keep getting UK black actors? Maybe they getting busy. He said, John Gruden got fired. Did he? Did he? Doc Hicks has an interview with Ed and the other members of the 50 Boys and Blue, how he tried to make a play. He got the money. BMF showed black people that BMF showed that black people can cut out the middleman. He said Blue Da Vinci was a rapper mascot. He wasn't flipping no birds. He went to jail for birds. If you think that nigga wasn't touching none of that goddamn cocaine, you bugging. You bugging. You bugging. That type of coke could turn a square nigga into a kingpin. Like, man, this nigga used to just be mopping the floors and shit. He got down. He tearing it somewhere. He said, it's official. John Gruden is out. Got to be careful what you say, man. Got to be careful what you say. He said he plans on resigning. Crypto was good. He tried to make a play once Meech got locked up and got himself caught up because he wasn't dealing. He was the rapper face. Lamar's real name is Eric Kaufi Abriefa. I got to see it for myself. Can't be caught. You can't be caught saying racist shit, man. Anything racist. And you better not say nothing about them rainbows. You already know what it is. He said, "What's up with Sosa? Who's Sosa?" Showing love from Fayetteville. Good evening. Like this video. It's almost 900 people here. He said BMF is a boring piece of work. I enjoy it. I can't wait for the next episode to come out. I done watched all of the episodes that's out. I done watched them like 2 or 3 times a piece. That stare down that them niggas had in that bowling alley, that was a bowling alley, right? That stare down that them niggas had, that shit was bone chilling. That shit was bone chilling. I had to play that part back. That shit was bone chilling, man. That shit looked like it was gonna get bloody right in that motherfucker, yo. He said 50 got Meech money now and been having. I believe 50 Cent gonna be the next black billionaire off of cinema, off the shit that he doing. Next black billionaire, easy. He don't need nobody. He could step off. He could step off with his works, like Take It Off Stars. Take it. Just put it out like this. And boom like a motherfucker. Like he that strong. He said he's running stars right now. Man, he could step off. He said he runs stars. He said 50 had his own music and everything. I heard AZ on there. I think I heard somebody else, but I definitely heard AZ's music on there. He said the series is dope, but that ain't Detroit. They said in the series that they got all their money outside of Detroit and E-Course and all of those spots. They said down the river. He said them people won't let him do that. Why not? Almost Misfit said BMF was just destroying the community and throwing it on hoes. Woo. G's Mystery, what's happening? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time in my live stream, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. He said that chick need her dome split with Lamar. Why? That was his bride before Meech. Meech was knocking her down when dude was booked. When that nigga Bruce Marcus, is that really him? Is that really him? Is that really him? Scheme. You still getting kicked out of them hotels? You still getting kicked out of them truck stop motels? Hey yo, my nigga, you ran out of them blood stories and shit ran out quick, didn't it? Them shits ran out quick. This nigga be in them truck stop hotels and shit. He be in them hotels with they got the fucking you could put a quarter in the bed and shit. The bed, you need a roll of quarters for the bed and shit. You could put a quarter in the bed and shit, and the motherfucker get to shaking and shit. He be in them joints. Not Motel 6. Them joints that you guarantee fucking bed bugs and shit. They don't ask you for no ID and shit like that. People be staying there for like 6 months, a year and shit. When motherfuckers, when people houses catch on fire and shit, in the United Way, give them vouchers so they can have some place to stay. They put them in them hotels for like 6 months and shit. That's where Scheme be at. That's where Scheme be at. Facts. Hey, Scheme, I appreciate you coming through, man, because they wanted a little something. Not even a Motel 3 and shit. He just be paying rooms. Hey, yo! Niggas be in them hotels and shit. No television. No TV. Shh. Nigga be on here begging for fucking donations. Anyway, Scheme. Hey, y'all go subscribe to his channel, man. Help him get right and shit. He been trying to get his dribble right for years. He came on the internet as a gangster blood and got exposed. The real bloods got put on Queen's Flip. Go look at the timeline. Scheme was out blooding like a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, where this nigga come from? He talking that shit too. Like, this nigga come from? Queen's Flip show came out, the real blood showed up. Over for him. He said, you just gave Scheme. Yeah, go make a video, my nigga. Put my name in the tags and shit. You know how y'all do it. You know how you niggas do it. Be starving for fucking videos and shit. Go make you a Gully TV video like that other fat nigga who can't breathe and shit. Nah. I'm trying to help him and shit. I fuck with Scheme. The BMF series. Scheme. I bet you Scheme can't. Scheme don't got stars. Scheme don't got. He don't got stars. Unless he watching it on his phone, ain't nothing happening. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so y'all get the notifications, man. That's just Scheme. Scheme come through. Donation ass nigga. Tired of you niggas. He got whatever is free. Scheme didn't watch the fight. Ask Scheme what happened at the fight. Ask Scheme, did he watch the fight? The BMF series is crack. I fuck with it. Y'all should fuck with it too. I'm waiting for the next episode to come out. Got more of this hip hop shit coming to y'all, man. I got this piece coming about Kenny Anderson, man. It's just crazy and shit. I'm dragging my feet doing it because it's gonna take a lot of creative energy, man. After you're done putting the classic together, editing it and shit, you just pass out, sleep, like just be spent. He said Scheme be telling people it's his birthday. Make sure y'all subscribe to my sports channel, Gully TV Sports. Have you seen Boosie's movie? He said the shit harder than Power. Is it? Is it? Don Burr said Detroit too real for TV, period. What up, though? Do you have any Pittsburgh Maulers apparel? No, I ain't hip. YouTube Street said Boosie shit trash. My man said the writing sucks. C Culture said the BMF series. Culture C said the BMF series is the best 50 Cent got out. Is it the best he got out? See if we can get a good, honest opinion on it. Is this the best 50 Cent got out, the BMF series? John Supreme said BMF is the best shit on TV since The Wire. He said facts. He said definitely. He said I like Power 3. He said I like it better than Power Book. He said, what's your honest opinion on Power? I never watched it. I never watched it. I didn't have nothing against it. I never watched it. Just was like busy and shit and couldn't keep up. I only watched like 2 episodes of Snowfall. That's supposed to be Rick Ross and shit. Just couldn't keep up. This I actually kind of had, a little time to just look at it and shit. He said, "Power is 5 years and running. We got to see if this lasts." Power isn't a autobiographical piece. It's not. Those are fictional characters and shit. He said, "Power is a soap opera." Exactly. He said the BMF trailer looked clean as fuck. Tyler Perry was gonna do BMF first. Boosie said his budget was less than 250,000. I think the movie was good for that amount. He said Kenny A documentary. He said, nah, it's just like, maybe like 20 minutes or some shit like that. He said BMF looking like a classic already. I think I agree. I watched it 3 times, each of the episodes, at least 3. He said, you seen Hoop Dreams, of course. He said 50 the best and biggest rapper to go Hollywood. He's that nigga, yo. I don't know how the revenue is generated and shit when people watch that shit, but man. He said, I haven't watched BMF yet. I'm waiting to watch it once a few episodes come out. I binge watch. Yeah, the 3 episodes wasn't enough. Strapped. Yeah, it's a classic. It's that 90s shit we grew up on. He said he telling the stories niggas wouldn't touch. He said, I wonder if 50 gonna do the Supreme Team series. That'll be too, like, I don't know, controversial, disrespectful. Because they're not cool with him and shit. He said Cube was scared to really go in. He said 50 said he gonna do the Boy George story next. That's gonna be crack. He said he is with Demi. I know he was cool with Bimmy and Black Just, but if you're telling the Supreme Team story, you're talking about Supreme. Ricardo Wilbur, correct. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all follow me on IG, Gully TV World, and my sports channel on this same YouTube platform, Gully TV Sports. And follow me on Twitter, Gully TV1. He says 50 the new Spike Lee. He getting busy. I ain't seen nobody doing it like this. It's impactful. It's like when you have information to draw from, in touch. He's in touch with BMF and probably, he's in touch with Meech and all of that shit like that. You get the firsthand. Even the narrator, they got a good ass narrator. The person that's narrating the shit, he sound like he could have been Meech a little bit for some reason. He said Freeway Ricky would be great. That's what Snowfall is. He said John Singleton stole it. He said 50 despises Supreme and Murder Inc. He said if Irv didn't make a Supreme Team movie, nobody gonna touch that. Exactly. Anyway, I got to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all can catch me again at some point. My man, the truck drivers is in the building. I appreciate y'all, man. Long distance getting that bread. Make sure y'all continue to tune in. I'm about to get up out of here. Peace to the dribblers.